What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Sputnik. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. If you haven't yet heard of the name director Egor Abramenko, you will, because this is the kind of movie that leaves a mark. Granted, Sputnik is not perfect, but those of you fans of Ridley Scott's Alien would definitely add this to your list of all-time favorites. Sputnik takes a familiar concept and makes it more inventive, more twisted. It is nail-biting, it is suspenseful, and I may not know much about Russian cinema. There were probably only 1 or 2 Russian movies that I've ever seen in my lifetime prior to this, but it's obvious that they've come so far because Sputnik's visual effects are mind-blowing. Directed by Egor Abramenko, Oksana Akinshina plays young doctor named Tatiana Yurievna, who, due to her controversial methods, is on the verge of losing her medical license. But suddenly, the military brings her in to a secure science research facility to assess a very special case of an astronaut named Konstantin Sergeyevich, played by Pyotr Fyodorov, who survived a mysterious space accident and has returned to Earth with an extra passenger, an extraterrestrial creature living inside him that only comes out late at night. The military has a sinister plan for it, but Tatiana wants to separate the creature from Konstantin, which proves to be a difficult task since the creature itself thrives on destruction. I looked up Egor Abramenko, and he had done a few short films previously. One of them was this concept short called The Passenger, about a Russian cosmonaut with PTSD who returns from orbit but brings back something else with him. I'm glad Egor eventually was able to build and expand on that, got a couple of screenwriters to help him out, and voila, you have Sputnik. And the title itself is a smart choice because even though this is not a movie about that first artificial Earth satellite from the 50s, but the name Sputnik is timeless and iconic. A brief mention of it, and it doesn't matter where you are or what country you're from, immediately you know that the story will be A, sci-fi related, and B, it will have something to do with the Soviet Union. On top of the fact that in astronomical context, Sputnik is Russian for traveling companion. And one of our 2 lead protagonists here certainly carries a companion in him. The usual cliched formula is you have an alien infiltrating a spaceship and then it kills the crew members one by one in the bloodiest, most painful manners. Well, Sputnik shows you what happens when that shenanigan takes place here on Earth. The story is set in the 80s against the backdrop of the Soviet regime, so it has all the expected stereotypical elements, such as lack of color and a barren, bleak environment with wide open yet abandoned spaces. The fact that the characters are operating within the Soviet rules consistently lingers in the back of their heads because there is emphasis on trying to save face through propaganda or what it means to be a hero for your country, the sense of restrictions, little to no empathy for human lives, and the bigger picture consequences to every action. I'm not saying that Sputnik stands as a brazen criticism of Russia's imperialist past, but it certainly doesn't beat around the bush about it. I think some audiences might consider Sputnik to be a bit of a slow burn, which is totally understandable, but man, from the moment the creature shows up, I am hooked. I want to know more about it. Gimme, 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 gimme. And then halfway through, another secret about it is revealed and my curiosity deepens. The design is also interesting. It may not be as sophisticated as a xenomorph perhaps, but Sputnik creature is equally terrifying. What an impressive visual effects. It can measure up to some of what you see in Hollywood today. The only nail that doesn't quite hit the coffin is how the script plays out the relationship between Tatiana and Konstantin. I think the performances of both actors are just fine, but the way their characters go from sympathetic to romantic just seems unwarranted. And I don't understand why the film leaves you with an awkward, ambiguous ending instead of just fading to black at its most tragic yet conclusive point. Be that as it may, Sputnik is an astonishing cinematic achievement, a sci-fi horror that will send chills down your spine.